This, I think, came from Science. This is a quote from the atmospheric scientist Stephen Schneider of the National Center for Atmospheric Research. And he said that to do that, and this is to communicate the risk to reduce the possibility of disastrous climate change. He's a big anti-global warming guy. We have to get some broad-based support to capture the public's imagination. That, of course, entails getting loads of media. So we have to offer up scary scenarios, make simplified dramatic statements, and make little mention of any doubts we might have. This double ethical blind that we frequently find ourselves in cannot be solved by any formula. Each of us has to decide what is the right balance, what the right balance is between being effective and being honest. Now, quite frankly, that statement offends me. But what offends me more is that Stephen Schneider won the AAAS Award for the Public Understanding of Science for his work that led to that statement. The first book has been criticized out the wazoo by people who, A, don't practice medicine, and B, who don't understand the difference between a publication in Nature and Science and something that's written for the general public. People simplify, and that's not a sin. Every day when I talk to patients, or when I did talk to patients, I simplified things. And if you really wanted to go get down to the nitty-gritty, some of the things I simplified to the point of, like Schneider said, we have to draw this double ethical blind. But let me tell you something. When I go in to have a hernia operation, the surgeon simplifies when he tells me what he's going to do. And when he asks me to put him to sleep for an operation, I also simplify. Okay, so I stand by every word we wrote in the book. Now, if you want to have a book that's written to the standards of Nature and Science, I'm happy to do it as long as you find me a publisher, and that's not going to happen. And again, what we tried to do in book one was give people enough references, and hey, take all the references to the AV societies out. That's going to be maybe 1% of the references. And I would ask you to judge the book just on the references in, the top 10 peer-reviewed journals of our time: Science, Nature, Nature Biotechnology, and so forth. With regards to what Dr. Festing had said, I think with the tranquilizer issue and my wife going to see a tiger, that's one reason why we have veterinarians today who specialize in exotic medicine. And I'll give you an example. When big game, lions, tigers, etc., are tranquilized, they use a tranquilizer called Carfenta. And they have two people that draw it up. One person stands by the other person with a syringe of Narcan. Because if one drop of Carfenta gets into your system, you will probably die of respiratory arrest and or paralysis. Now again, there are huge differences. And I think that once you understand complexity and chaos, and for our definition, complex adaptive systems are very similar to chaotic systems, and that is a very small change initially can result in huge changes on down the line. By the way, Neil Shanks is a PhD in physics, and he teaches molecular biology at a university in the United States. So, and also, when we decided to have this debate is about what's ongoing in the year 2002. Rabies, insulin, syphilis, penicillin, those are all examples that we've disagreed on in the past. So again, I would just point out, if you want to know where we stand on these issues, read the books, read the handouts, and by all means, check the references. And I still will stand by everything that we've said in both books, and I'm happy to talk to anybody about it afterwards. And thank you again for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, it only remains for me to invite you to thank the organisers of the Fourth World Congress for inviting Ray and Michael to speak today, and to thank them for coming and sharing their thoughts with us today. Thank you. That's right.